I'm seeing it more and more and more, and it's happened a lot over the last couple of years where they're very confused about nutrition and what to feed their pet. They want to feed their pet the best and the best food that they can, but they come into the clinic with a lot of misinformation and they're very confused about what is the best dog food, what is the best cat food. So, and then they ask our opinion of what should I feed. And most of the time, my answer to them is not say, what should you exactly feed, unless it is a prescription diet or something like that, that the pet needs a specific requirement. But I tell them to step back from all the marketing, all of the fancy internet pages, all the fancy tests that you have on the internet that test your food, which are actually marketing tools to get you to buy certain brands of dog food, and step back and look at the companies behind the food. I tell my clients to ask questions, call the companies, ask them how many veterinarians, board certified nutritionists, how many people they have on staff developing and researching and testing their foods. Do they control their manufacturing of their food? Do they test their ingredients before they come in? Do they test the food when they leave? Those kind of questions are things that when they first start looking at and they ask these companies that are out there that they have, that they think are the best dog foods, they end up realizing that there may not be as much research or stuff behind the food. I show them the AAHA statement on the sides of dog food bags and show them how to read it. And showing them, looking for animal feeding tests, look for not formulated to meat things. So it's not a list of ingredients making a food, they actually test their food. Looking for it to say complete and balanced for, it says for maintenance of adult dogs or senior pets or puppies and kittens, pregnant, lactating, not complete and balanced for all life stages, because that means it meets the most rigorous standards, which is a puppy food, which you're feeding your adult dog a puppy food. And they come in and they say, this dog food's great. I can feed it for the whole life. It's an all life stages food. And I'm like, that's really not the best food, because you're feeding your senior pet a puppy food. And that's why he's about 10 pounds overweight, probably. And that's why his arthritis is now getting worse, is because he's so obese and you're feeding him an all life stages diet. And usually when I start talking about looking into the company behind the food, trying to wade past all the marketing, past all the other kind of things, that it kind of starts to sink in, and then it's really kind of interesting. Then they come back and they've switched to a different brand of dog food. And I know us as veterinarians, we get hit with all the time that we get kickbacks, they get paid by everything and all this other stuff. And sometimes I address those issues right there with the clients the very first time. I'll tell them, look, if I get kickbacks or I get stuff, I said, well, there's a lot of us out there with student loans that they're not paid for. I was like, so this is going on what we believe and what we look at, the nutrition and the quality behind, because there have been issues with dog foods in the past. You also want a company that's going to back it up and say, look, there could be a problem with our food. Let's take it off. Let's test it. Let's look at it. No, there's not. Great. If there is, we're going to be proactive instead of reactive. Because I know during that dog food scare for a while, we had some companies that were more reactive with their issues with their dog food rather than being proactive, which was very important to me, because I want to know that this company is going to be there.